to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done.
Hello and welcome back to another vlog. This one is actually going to be a competition vlog, which is surprising considering the UK is currently still in lockdown. Well, restrictions have slightly been lifted lockdown, but yeah, a competition. The beauty of it is we don't even have to leave the yard. Online dressage is certainly not a new thing. It has been around for a while now, but it is new to Remmi and I. So I thought it would be useful for maybe some other first timers out there who are thinking of dipping their toes into the world of online dressage to kind of bring you along on our journey and show you how simple or how difficult it is, who knows. But yeah, we'll take you right from checking the website for the first time, seeing what tests we need to do, to then submitting your test and finding out whether that's a simple or difficult process. Hopefully you will enjoy this one, and even if you have given online dressage a go yourself, maybe you're just going to be nosy and see how we get on. I'm very nosy, so there's no shame in that. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so obviously the first thing you need to do is load up the Dressage Riders Online website so that you can find out what the test is for the month that you are entering. The website is incredibly easy to use. It's set out beautifully, so it's very easy to find what you're looking for. So I'm going to click on the Enter the May classes. And then here we've got all the classes that are running this month. So with Remmi, I'm going to do an eventing test. So let's have a look what's available. Here we go. So all the information about this particular class is listed down here on the left. And then this is actually where you pop your entry, but you can also see what the test is for this month. So we're going to do a 100 test. So I'm going to go for BE 102. In this box is where you'd pop your name and your horse's name, obviously. Provide an email address for test feedback, very important. And then you click on add to cart, and then that will add it to your cart. It will appear up here. But we need to go back and make another entry because I'm going to do a test on Mara this month. And for Mara, she'll need to be entered into the relaxed rules class because she doesn't have a saddle that is approved by BD. She's currently ridden in a saddle pad. So this class is perfect for her. Again, all the info that you need is down there on the left. And then over here, it will say what test we're going to do. So we want to do a walk and trot test. So that would be a DRO level 1 test A, and that's one of the Dressage Riders Online. It's their own test. The R test section of the website is obviously going to be a very important section to visit because this is where you'll find your test that you're going to be riding. These are all the Dressage Riders Online. It's their own tests. So level 1 is the equivalent of walk and trot. Level 2, prelim. 3 is novice. 4 would be elementary, and 5, not that we'll probably ever have to worry about that, but that is medium. So as I already know, we're going to be doing level 1 with Mara. I already know it's level 1 test A from looking at the R tests section of the website. So open it up in the format that you'd like, and then you can print it out. Okay, before you head out and film your test, I would suggest familiarising yourself with the how it works and rules section. In here is obviously all the rules. But you don't want to go out and film your test and realise that you've missed out something vital or anything like that. So in here, there's the general rules, tack and turnout, and then the bit that I'm going to have a little look at now, because I've never done this before, is the filming your test. So I want to make sure that I've given this a good read and that my filmer is clued up on what's required. It's show day, and it's also our very first attempt at some online dressage, which I'm excited about. It's something I've been meaning to do with them for a while now, but for one reason or another, namely it's hard in the winter to get someone to film you when you work every weekend and then they work normal hours, and then by the time they finish work it's just pitch black. So here we are in the summer, it's a beautiful day, so let's get some dressage filmed. Obviously I'm doing a test with Remmi. I've picked one of the eventing tests, seeing as this was supposed to be our debut year. We're supposed to be heading out eventing, so I thought why not crack on and start to get to learn for those, although I have chosen a 100 level test. I think it's B102. Obviously we won't be out at B100 probably ever, but still the dressage tests look nice, and it's nice to do a different test. When you kind of do BD at the same level, prelim and novice, you end up doing the same tests over and over. So the good thing about this is there's a variety of different tests to choose from, and they've also come up with their own tests recently, so that's a brilliant way of trying something new as well. And then, because I'm feeling bold or stupid, I don't know, I've actually decided to do a test with Mara as well. Recently, if you've seen any of the previous vlogs, you will have seen that I've ridden Mara for the last few weeks. We are still very green, both of us, but it's just a good way, isn't it, to kind of have something to work towards and something to focus on. So that's what we're going to do today. With her, it's literally just a walk and trot test. I barely can to her. We are just focusing on the basics at the moment and getting those right before we attempt anything else. Here she is. She's had a main wash yesterday actually, so it'd be nice to see that all down and all clean, although it has been poking out of your rug, hasn't it? She doesn't want to show anyone. Every day this week I've come up and you've lost another plait. You've lost one more. Oh, I washed his mane the other day and it's just so silky slippery. The bands aren't staying in. Remmi is our first victim. He's up first. I thought we'd get him out of the way. We've had quite a few disagreements recently, so this could be interesting. But that's why I think this is going to be a useful exercise. Just dragging me to the grass. I have full control, obviously. Yeah, this is why I think it's going to be a useful exercise, because it's just a good way of running through your tests in a non-stressful, low-pressure environment. Well, yeah, it's at home, isn't it? So it's also a good way of kind of judging where you're at experience-wise. The aim for this year, hopefully, is to move up to elementary with Remmi. So this is kind of a good way of testing the water without taking the plunge and doing it in front of, I was going to say hundreds of people. There's definitely not 100 people watching us, but like a few people. Just kind of takes, yeah, the pressure off, I guess. And lastly, I've managed to rope in someone else from the farm to do it, and obviously their owner will be there as well. So it's just a bit of fun at this time when things are a little bit stale and not much is going on. So yeah, it should be a really nice afternoon. I was going to make an effort and get him all bathed and clean, but he's actually not looking too bad. So that is another bonus. You don't have to worry about turnout. I will, of course, smarten myself up. I don't think you can get away with riding a dressage test in shorts, can you? I mean, it's relaxed, but it's not that relaxed. Come on. As with the dressage that you just would go to regularly, there is no requirement to plait them up, but I always pop a running plait in his mane. So that's what we're going to do now. Although I have cut it a lot since I last plaited it, so the absolute key to a decent running plait is to have 0 knots. Otherwise, when you're pulling the hair through, oh, you don't want to get stuck. Even better if you've actually got a full mane. We've still got a hole, haven't we, Remmi? I have been really organised and printed off all the tests. So that's the one that Remmi's doing. We've got this one, which Mara will be doing. And then that's the one that Amanda and Alfie are going to give a go at. So that's the equivalent of prelim, walk and trot. Okay, here we go. Down the centre line. Well, at least I thought it was the centre line. From this video, it would seem that I overshot it slightly, but kind of corrected it by the end. Nice turn there. Straight out onto our half loops. So we're riding to X, so the 10-metre line. Good change of bend there. And then another change of bend there at F. I was fairly pleased with that. That was nice and accurate. Here we're going to come across the diagonal, so from KXM with a transition to walk just before X. He was a little against my hand there, both going into walk and back up into trot. Preparing for a canter transition now. That's fairly smooth and straight onto a circle at C with a give and retake over X. I was really pleased with that actually, he kept a nice balance. The give and retake was a little early. He's in a really nice rhythm here, nice and uphill. Just a little against my hand in the transition, and again in the transition into walk. That's definitely what we need to work on. His walk could have a little more purpose, as could the free walk. The free walk is either our party piece or it just completely lets us down, and here it was very mediocre. Nice stretch, but just could do with a little bit more march. Okie dokie, right, so we are going to be preparing for a transition back up to trot at A. Just tension in this walk and then tension going into the transition. Goodness me. Right, half loop again, and I overshot the centre line. Great. Poor accuracy from me there. Then it's across the diagonal again with another transition to walk. And just see he's just rushing and just tension there slightly going into the walk. I think it shows that we've not had a lesson in a while. Preparing for canter transition, which was, to be honest, a little lacklustre I'd say. But we kind of picked up the pace here a little bit, and that's a really nice canter for us. I've been working so hard on his canter, so I'm pleased with that. Onto a circle at C. I think he's just getting a bit tired now because he's kind of just on the forehand, in not as good balance as he was, going left and collapses into trot. Turning right here and then turning left. I was fairly pleased with that. That's normally our nemesis of a move. And then we're going to go up the centre line. Centre line, not the 3/4 line. Oh no, we've drifted onto it slightly. And into halt. And surprise, surprise, he was against my hand. On the whole though, I was really, really chuffed with him. We've not done a test in a while, so I think we'll take that one. So Remmi is all done. I have watched the test back and it's so hard to not be so critical and then to want to do it again, but I have decided to not do it again. I'm going to treat it like a real competition. Obviously you don't get to do that again, and although that is a nice feature of online dressage, you can do it as many times as you like until you find a test that you're happy with. But I'm just going to go with the first one that we've done, and actually having watched it back, I am fairly pleased with that, and had that been real life, I would have been pretty chuffed with it. Dressage is a funny old game. It encourages you to be hypercritical of yourself, and I know I'm always over-analyse everything and criticise everything and think, oh, that could be better, and that's why this is important, to get some feedback from a judge, from a non-biased judge hopefully, who will look at it objectively. Right, next victim is Mara, and we've worked out that this will be my 5th time of riding her recently, so this could be interesting, but it's nothing like throwing yourself in at the deep end and just getting on with it, I guess. I need to learn the test though, I do not know that, and we've only got one helper, Kelly, and obviously she's going to be videoing. Okay, here goes nothing. Like I say, this is literally my 5th ever time of riding her, and prior to this she's predominantly done lots and lots of hacking. So it's quite clear that I need to work on my centre lines. But even with a poor pilot, I was really, really pleased with this. Nice and forward, in a good rhythm, and fairly smooth around that turn. I'm going to come onto a circle at B. Again, really nice rhythm, nice and forward. She's starting to soften. Bless her. Good size and shape as well. I was chuffed with that. I think that's probably the first time I've ever done a circle on her. And now we're preparing for a transition into walk, which she does really smoothly. Couple of steps back up into trot, chuffed to bits with that. Coming across the diagonal. I think I was literally beaming here. She's just so forward in a really nice rhythm. Chuffed. Okay, it's going to be a walk transition in the corner, which wasn't as smooth as the first, but sweetly back up into trot. Where she's a bit inconsistent in the contact, she tends to swing her head from side to side. As you can see here, she's just kind of fighting me a bit. She's finding it really difficult, but she's still learning, so that's absolutely fine. Personally, I'm not too fussed about where her head is. All I want for her to be at this stage is just nice and forward and off my leg, which she is. Not too sure what we're doing. Oh, we're going down into walk. That was really smooth, actually. And Mara naturally has a really nice walk. It's a clear 4-beat walk. Really, really nice. Like I say, that's just natural to her. I don't really have to do anything here. Kind of just sit and look pretty, I guess. Can we just take a moment to appreciate her mane? This was the first time I've ever ridden her with it down. And surprisingly, it wasn't actually that annoying. Anyway, back to the test. So we're going to come on to a free walk now. And I have been practicing free walk with her. And she is really good at the stretch. Although we're not displaying any here. There we go. Kind of getting to grips with it on the second half. Could have a little more swing and overtrack in the walk, but for the stage that we are at, I will take that. Preparing for transition, back up into trot. Very nice. She's just getting a bit tired, bless her. But lovely around that corner. You can see she's starting to get a bit tired here. She's just kind of losing a bit of balance, swinging her head. And this is fairly hard for her because this is quite a sharp turn. But that was actually quite smooth for us. Bless her. Come on, keep going. Good girl. And then we're going to go left again here. Oh, she's getting a little bit argumentative. Very argumentative, in fact. I think, like I say, she is literally getting tired. This is taking a lot out of her. It's probably requiring a lot of brain cells. She's like, phew, back into walk. Again, nice walk for Mara. Right, I'm looking for the centre line. Am I going to go on it? Nope, 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 definitely not on the centre line. But, considering we're not on the centre line, this is a nice forward, active walk. I'm not entirely sure what happens in the halt here. Legs everywhere, arms everywhere, salute. But big pats though, I mean, I was chuffed to bits with that, absolutely chuffed to bits. OMG, I am so pleased with her. She was such a little cracker. Oh my gosh, like I say, this is what, my 4th or 5th time of riding her. So we are still getting to grips with each other, but she's just done a cracker of a test. She's only 5, but she's a very novice 5. Her owners, she's just done loads of hacking with her mainly, so she's very green in the school still, so I'm thrilled to bits. Oh, sorry, darling. It's the next day and I'm still so buzzing with her. I'm just so pleased. She was just such a good girl. You will have seen her test, so you will have seen how sweetly she went. For the level we are at, which is very basic, I couldn't have expected any more from her, so I'm over the moon. I did just want to add a few bits. Mara's entry will be into the relaxed rules class because she is currently ridden in a thorn saddle pad. So that isn't BD legal, therefore she can't go into the open classes, but it's great that Dressage Riders Online have these relaxed rules classes, meaning you can work with the equipment that you've got. So if you haven't got a saddle, well, or a saddle, a regular saddle, you can go for it. If you don't normally ride them in a snaffle, you can ride them in any bit, you can ride them in a martingale. It's literally open to all. So I'm not really too sure what to expect. Ooh, that's scary. Another thing that's great about that class is it's open to people that don't have the regular sized arena. So if you aren't lucky enough to have a 20x40 set up at home, it doesn't matter. If your arena's a little bit wonky, you can go into that class too. Okay, so once you've launched the website, you need to add your files. I do everything on my phone. So this means going into my camera roll, selecting the test, scrolling through all the millions of pictures that I've got, finding the right one. Have I found it? Yep, found it. In the message box, I'm just going to type out my name, the horse's name, the class that we've done, and also the test that we've done. Once you've popped all your details in, click on next, and then you'll get the option to send it as an email. Here, just enter the Dressage Riders Online email address. It's on the website. Once you've got your verification code, click transfer, and then it will begin transferring. And it's as simple as that. One test, all uploaded and ready to be marked by the judge. You just need to keep your fingers crossed now. It is the 28th of May, which means it is Dressage Riders Online Results Day. Exciting. Not sure why I did the jazz hands. It seems silly, but I actually do have those kind of just off to go and check your score at the scoreboard kind of nerves. I've got butterflies in my tummy, which seems silly. I don't know, ridiculous. But I am excited. I'm excited to see how they've both done. Just can't wait to get their test sheets back and just get a bit of feedback. Obviously, Mara, it's like an open book. That's the best thing about competing novices, is you've kind of got no standard already set, whereas with Remmi I've kind of got an idea of what I'd like to get. But yeah, we shall see. Not long to go. It's 11:30 here, just gone, so the results should come in to your inbox at 12 o'clock, so I shall be watching that like a hawk. Stay tuned. Okay, the results are in. Who should we start off with first, Remmi or Mara? Remmi or Mara? Mara, would you like to hear how your test went? Yeah? Can you stop eating for 5 minutes? Maybe? Nope. Oh well, I will tell you. So, Mara, when I saw her test sheet, I was almost speechless, but very excited. She got a score of 64.4%, which is so much more than I expected at this stage. There was lots of 6.5s, a few 7s, a few 6s, but overall just really chuffed with the score, with the marks, with the feedback. We got some lovely comments, and then there was a really sweet comment at the end. Just really, really thrilled with her, so pleased. And then, if I wasn't beaming from ear to ear already, I got the results for Remington. So excited. Yeah, I shall compose myself. We got a score of 74.25%. Buzzing. Literally just so pleased with him. Oh gosh. He has just changed recently. He's just come on leaps and bounds. He feels so much stronger. He feels like he's got so much more power. I'm just so pleased. Really over the moon. And the icing on the cake is that we managed to come second. Oh, I was never expecting to get placed. I'm just thrilled with him. We even got a 9 as well. Oh, I'm just so pleased and so proud, and I'm literally buzzing now. Oh, I have absolutely no shame in admitting that I thought online dressage, with it, you would kind of lose the buzz, the excitement, the butterflies, the thrill you get from actually going to a competition. But I feel sky high right now. It's just such a weird feeling. I never in a million years expected to kind of feel this way. It literally has felt like kind of, post-show. I feel like I've come back from a show, I've just popped them out in the field, and I shall try not to fall over a tree. But yeah, just really, really pleased. And the whole experience has been fabulous, and we cannot wait to do it again next month. There he is, the little superstar. Hi. Rem. Do you want to come and talk to us? I'm feeling like the world's worst horse mum. I don't even have any treats to give them, so I've split a packet of polos between their dinner. Oh guys, I'm sorry. Hopefully you won't know, will you? Right, come on. Come on then, little dancing diva. Yes, don't tell him off. There you go. Enjoy your polos. Sorry, it's nothing exciting. Aren't we lucky to have two superstar ponies? Yeah. Did you enjoy your dressage debut? I think she did. Thank you for watching.
What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love?